Have you ever seen thousands of people stand in the rain for someone who wasn't a Grand Slam champion? Not a world number one. Not a tennis legend. Just a 21-year-old player from the Philippines. Because that's exactly what happened in Berlin. And what unfolded next left the tennis world completely stunned. Picture this. A gray afternoon in Germany. Rain pouring from the sky. Crowds lining the streets outside one of Berlin's most prestigious tennis clubs. Thousands of fans packed shoulder to shoulder. Many holding Philippine flags. Many chanting words they had only recently learned to pronounce. And here's the shocking part. Most of them weren't even Filipino. They were German. Families. Students. Engineers. Nurses. Children. People who had never set foot in the Philippines. People who had absolutely no reason to be emotionally invested in a young tennis player from halfway across the world. Yet there they were. Waiting. Watching. Hoping. All for one person. Alex Eala. And when her car finally arrived, something extraordinary happened. The crowd erupted. Not with polite applause. Not with respectful cheers. But with the kind of roar usually reserved for global superstars. For a moment, even tournament officials were speechless. These were people who had spent decades around tennis. People who had witnessed legends walk through those same gates. People who thought they had seen everything. But they had never seen this. And that's because Alex Eala isn't just becoming a tennis star. She's becoming something much bigger. A movement. A symbol. A phenomenon. But to understand why Germany welcomed her like a champion before she even played a match, we have to go back to where it all started. A cracked tennis court. A dream. And impossible odds. Because if we're being honest, Alex Eala was never supposed to be here. She was born in a country where tennis wasn't the national obsession. In the Philippines, the spotlight belonged to boxing. Basketball. Volleyball. Tennis existed, but it lived in the shadows. The pathway to the top of professional tennis was almost invisible. There were no guarantees. No proven blueprint. No history of Filipino women dominating the WTA Tour. The odds weren't just against her. They were overwhelming. Yet while everyone else saw limitations, Alex saw opportunity. While others focused on what was missing, she focused on what was possible. And that mindset changed everything. The early years were difficult. Training conditions weren't ideal. Resources were limited. Every step forward required sacrifice. Every improvement demanded effort. And every dream seemed impossibly far away. Most people would have quit. Most people would have accepted reality. Alex didn't. Instead, she worked harder. Every day. Every week. Every year. And eventually, someone noticed. The Rafa Nadal Academy. One of the most respected tennis academies in the world. When they saw Alex's talent, they recognized something special. Not just skill. Not just athleticism. Something deeper. The mentality of a fighter. Suddenly, the young girl from the Philippines was heading to Spain. Entering an environment designed to create champions. And that's where everything started accelerating. Because Alex didn't arrive hoping to fit in. She arrived determined to compete. The coaches saw it immediately. Her movement was exceptional. Her intelligence on the court stood out. But what impressed them most was her refusal to surrender. When she was losing, she fought. When she was tired, she fought. When the odds looked impossible, she fought even harder. That relentless mentality would eventually become her greatest weapon. And it would create something nobody saw coming. The Alex Eala effect. At first, it was subtle. A strong performance here. An upset victory there. Then came bigger tournaments. Bigger moments. Bigger audiences. And suddenly people couldn't stop talking about her. Fans weren't just watching Alex Eala. They were connecting with her. Because she represented something rare. Authenticity. Every emotion felt real. Every victory felt earned. Every setback felt personal. In a sports world filled with carefully managed images and polished media training, Alex stood out because she was simply herself. And people responded. The support grew. The crowds grew. The attention grew. Then Birmingham happened. And everything changed. What should have been just another tournament became a cultural phenomenon. Thousands of Filipino fans filled the venue. Workers rearranged schedules. Families traveled across cities. Communities united behind one player. The atmosphere was unlike anything tournament organizers had ever seen. Ticket sales exploded. Crowds reached historic levels. And suddenly, tennis executives started asking themselves a question. What exactly is happening here? Because this wasn't normal fan support. This was something bigger. Something emotional. Something powerful. But the real reason people connected with Alex wasn't because she was winning. It was because of how she fought. Every point mattered. Every match mattered. Every opportunity mattered. When experts suggested she withdraw because of fitness concerns, she kept going. When momentum disappeared, she kept going. When the pressure became overwhelming, she kept going. Again. And again. And again. Fans watched her battle through adversity and saw something they recognized. Resilience. Determination. Heart. The qualities people admire most. And that's why Berlin happened. That's why thousands of people stood in the rain. That's why a city embraced a player who had never played a professional match there. Because by the time Alex arrived in Germany, she had become more than a tennis player. She had become an inspiration. Then came the Berlin Open. One of the strongest fields of the entire season. A tournament loaded with elite players. Grand Slam champions. Top 10 stars. Some of the biggest names in women's tennis. This wasn't an easy draw. This wasn't a comfortable opportunity. This was a test. And the timing couldn't have been more important. Ranking points were about to expire. Wimbledon seeding was at stake. One bad week could dramatically change her path at the biggest tournament in the world. The pressure was enormous. But before a single ball was struck, something incredible happened. The crowd arrived. Then more people arrived. Then even more. By midday, organizers realized they had underestimated what Alex Eala meant to people. Thousands lined the entrance. Security struggled to process the scale of the welcome. And when Alex stepped out of the car, she froze. Not because she was scared. Not because she was overwhelmed. But because she was witnessing something almost impossible to believe. German families waving Philippine flags. Children chanting her name. Fans holding homemade signs. Strangers celebrating her success as if she were one of their own. For a moment, Berlin didn't feel like a foreign city. It felt like home. And maybe that's the most remarkable part of this entire story. The people cheering weren't reacting to rankings. They weren't reacting to statistics. They weren't reacting to sponsorships or headlines. They were reacting to something much more powerful. Hope. Because Alex Eala represents what happens when someone refuses to accept limitations. When someone ignores the odds. When someone keeps moving forward even when success seems impossible. That's why people care. That's why they show up. And that's why her story continues to grow. The question now isn't whether Alex Eala belongs among the best players in the world. The question is how far she can go. Can she become a Wimbledon contender? Can she enter the top 20? The top 10? Can she become the most influential tennis player her country has ever produced? Nobody knows. But one thing is certain. The world is watching. And if Berlin proved anything, it's this. Alex Eala is no longer just chasing history. She's becoming it. So what do you think? Is Alex Eala destined to become tennis' next global superstar? Or are we only witnessing the beginning of something even bigger? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because Alex Eala's journey is far from over.